Just so you know, there is a calculating of community service. It shouldn't be less than what minimum wage is. Now, repugnant is inconsistent or irreconcilable with, contrary, or contradictory to. The court's interpretation was repugnant to the express wording of the statute. Now, as much as you wouldn't think that the court could have done what is contrary or contradictory to the actual statutes that require proof of service, it's repugnant to the Constitution of the United States to make sure that you don't have actual notice, proof of service in the court file prior to having court hearings. Now, let's say I sued you for your repugnant understanding of the actual laws of this great state. Now, how does a spouse kidnap the children of the marriage? They have you do what is repugnant to the actual express wording of the necessary requirements of the state statute. Now, you can't just say motion the court after you file. It is contrary or contradictory to the express wording of the state statute to be able to issue a protection order to not have proof of service in the court file. That's how you kidnap a man's sons. Now, you're complicit. You're accessories to Class B kidnapping of my 5 sons. And you're obstructing my rights as a father. Now, for every oath of office that was confused about that email, yes, I wanted to make sure that you understood it. That's why I'm reading it to you, okay? It is contrary or contradictory to the laws of the United States to issue any court order without having proof of service. No exceptions to the rule, Brent. You can't say the guy's crazy just because you don't want him to have notice. That's how you kidnap children. Do you understand that you have to do what the requirements of the law are? You can't just say, well, we're not going to do it. That's how children get kidnapped. Now, I gave you the screen prints. Yes. That proves that the actor known as the petitioner is an actual relative, and her intent was to assume custody of my 5 sons. That's why you made sure that I didn't get notice of court hearings. Yes. Now, I gave you a screen print of the actual Superior Court case summary. Yes. Where I was not given notice in 2011. I gave you a screen print for the Superior Court case that the mail was returned unclaimed. I have no idea where she sent it. I didn't get the mail, and I didn't get notice of court hearings. That's how you kidnap children. Now, I made some videos from this morning so that you could understand. And then I put in there that you're interfering with my reporting of the domestic violence of the abduction of my sons, and kidnapping, is obstructing my rights and their rights as American citizens. Now, as much as you don't think that my wife could be a paranoid, delusional, severely sociopathic, or could feel like she's alienated from the legal system, there is the possibility that Heidi was experiencing some things while on Guam I tried to explain it to some of those that I know that the witchcraft is quite prevalent on Guam, and it's very frustrating for a court that doesn't believe in spirituality. Pooh. Abducting parents across the six personality profiles share some many common characteristics. They are likely to deny or dismiss the value of the other parent to the child. Now, for 7 years, Heidi has, to a certain extent, denied and dismissed my value to my 5 sons. They think they know what's best for my 5 sons and cannot see how or why they should share the parenting with me, the other parent. Now, and are likely to have very young children who are easily transported and concealed, who are also unlikely to protest verbally or tell others of the plight. When Heidi committed the crime of baby abduction, Benjamin was 10 months old. All of my sons were under the age of 9 at that time. Yes. It's very easy to transport children and tell them, well, your father's no good for you. Is that what she did? That I was no good for my 5 sons? Now, I put a little picture here from the public defender's office that the respondent did not receive actual notice of the court hearings. Yeah. There was no personal or subject matter jurisdiction. Yes. And there was no reasonable notice or opportunity to be heard. Now, it's repugnant to the state constitution and the United States Constitution. It's contrary and contradictory to not have proof of due process. Oh. Now, when you go through the pictures, because there's no links there, you'll notice that she didn't actually sign the court order and this signature of the ex officio court clerk. How do you kidnap children? Have somebody other than the elected oath of office sign the document and then fraudulently use the state court seal. Now, I want those victims' rights and resources enforced, and I don't want to sleep on somebody else's floor. I want you in the police department to make sure I have a hotel room tonight. That's how you kidnap children. The fraudulent use of state court seals, a forgery of an elected oath of office, no required signature of the actual petitioner, and then you ignore what the actual express wording of the state statute is.